Ladies, gentlemen, welcome back. Now this video is for the dual blades. We're going to have a little look at sort of different abilities you can use, what the kind of current, I guess, DB meta is, sort of attribute points, little combos you can do. Yeah, at the moment I'd say DB is in, well, to be fair, no classes or no weapons are really in a great spot apart from Maul. I think I think Maul is sort of making it hard for everyone else because obviously they're so ridiculously good at the moment. I find Maul's pretty difficult to kill because they normally go full armor, and then they can turn around and slap you to the ground. And if you've been playing CB in the past few months, you know how it works. I actually played on. I didn't change them. I was just testing Maul out yesterday night on stream, and without using any of my units, just an easy 120 kills and decent kills, not peasants or anything like that. It's crazy how good it is. So I think that sort of makes every other weapon look a little bit, underpowered or thingy. But once Maul gets brought into line, then I think we'll be in a good spot. It's just, yeah, obviously every weapon at the moment is seeming, if you talk to anyone that plays Glaive or, maybe an Adachi or anything like that, they're going to say, yeah, it's rough. It's rough at the moment. But nonetheless, we've got a few builds. One build is pretty good for killing heroes at the moment, and it's a bit different to what we usually use. So we'll go through that. First off, I'm obviously in the training thing. No friends around at the moment, otherwise I would just show it in a duel. Yeah, so we'll go in from here. So basically at the moment, what you got on screen here is the bog standard. This is your sort of every day, because obviously at the moment they're forcing us to go down the throwing runes. There is now the stealth critical rune, but unfortunately our ambush hits so little at the moment that you can go down it, but they added a 3-second cooldown to our ambush. That means the sort of jump off mount, ambush, into infiltrator ambush, and then into vapors ambush is kind of difficult to pull off how you used to be able to pull off, because it used to be on a 1-second cooldown, I think it was. So yeah, it's not ideal. But so yeah, this is your bog standard. You've obviously got your shuriken throw that turns you invisible, your vapors to get out of stuff. I don't know why our stealth is a little bit blinky at the moment. Vapors to get out of stuff, butterfly for your direct hits, and then obviously your ult for your sort of killing thing. And this is good. This is like covers a lot of bases. You've got your throw for AoE and just tagging people. That's still very good and hits pretty high. I actually experimented with full agility. I'm currently full strength, that I changed last night. But full agility was pretty interesting. Your throw from behind could hit like 8k. That's pretty high even for full strength actually. Yeah, it could hit about 8k, and then crit. I saw the highest crit I saw was 9,500, I think it was. So it's viable, but you lose a lot of that killing potential when it comes to anything that you're doing that's slashing. That's slightly necessary with how much heavy armor is about at the moment. So I'd probably still advise full strength. So this is your bog standard. Obviously good for multiple things. Just a sort of jack of all trades. And now I'll show you what a lot of dual blades are playing as well at the moment. That is a bit of a change. So yeah, this is the slightly different one. It's only one ability change, granted, but it does change it up a bit because you don't have obviously your butterfly anymore. That's your direct damage. But from Great Thunderbolt, you gain obviously potential. You go stealth. That is a bit annoying actually, more than anything. I'd really like that to be taken off of Great Thunderbolt. I think it should only be on Bow Shuriken that you go invisible. But hey ho, doesn't matter. The targets hit get affected for they take 20% more damage for 4 seconds. Personally, I think that needs to be put up to 6 seconds. But what can you do? So because of the stealth mechanic is the only reason why I say that, because you're in stealth for 1.2 seconds. That's annoying if you're trying to get an ult off, or if your ambush is on cooldown. Okay, so the way you want to run this is you're going to want to hit them with a bow shuriken straight out the gates to potentially get a good stagger on, and then that bow shuriken is going to make you go stealth. You're either going to hit them with a kick or get an ambush, and then following that you're going to hit them with the Great Thunderbolt, ambush again, into an ult. And that should be enough. If that's not enough, roll backwards, throw another bow shuriken at them, and then into another ambush, sorry. So it should look like this. So a little bit like that. We'll go again for it, but that was essentially it. It can be really the stealth from the throw, from the shuriken toss. That can throw you off a little bit, but once you get used to that landing, and then it making you go stealth, you can always animation cancel it if you need to. If you want to cancel the animation, just roll it out. But then you are losing a bit of energy for rolls in the future. We'll go one more time. I'm going to throw that. So it is possible. You just got to get used to doing it. I would say, like, if you're going to change to Great Thunderbolt, you're going to want to, like, get some friends, duel them a lot, try and get really used to using the Great Thunderbolt. You can open with the Great Thunderbolt, then go into that, then into an ambush. That's always a good combo, but it does leave a little bit left for health-wise. It doesn't seem to do the optimal amount of damage. So that's one. That's another way, another kind of ability set to go. And now the third way is a little different. Right, so the third style is very niche. Essentially what this is to sneak about and either kill people, like bow shuriken people's archers, because if you've ever seen it, you can basically wipe out a full stack of someone's archers with one throw if you get them in the right place. The idea behind this is obviously you're going stealth, but everything is to keep you as far away from them as you can be as a DB. So obviously you've still got your throw, and you've got Great Thunderbolt. That's good too. But the problem that you have with this build is you don't have a way to get up. So you are going to have to make sure that you're not that close to them. So when you do capitalize on your ult, you want to be using... you want to make sure you're going to land it and you're not going to be knocked down. So again, you'd be starting a little bit like this. We'd be going Infiltrator, that he can still see me. That's weird. But hey, we'll hit him with that. Hit him with that. Into an ult. Roll it back. Into one of those. Round the back. Miss the thing. Doesn't matter. We'll hit him with another one of those. So you're sacrificing being able to get up. So you have to go perfect every time. There, if it was a normal poleaxe, I probably would have been ulted or something and killed. But the sad thing about DB at the moment is that we don't have stealth. Like, Infiltrator is very niche to take, and it feels bad because we used to be able to actually sneak about and then still have something to get up and be able to, do reasonable damage. If I could change a few things, in fact, give me 1 second. We will speak about what I would change if I could if I was in charge of Dual Blade's abilities. So, if I was in charge, and I could change Dual Blade in a few ways, this is probably what I'd do. So obviously, Vapors is good and all, but the only reason why we really take it, again, we do use it for offense sometimes, but mainly we use it to keep ourselves safe if we get knocked down, concussed or knocked down. What I would do is just give, I would give this a get up from being knocked down, dazed, maybe not concussed, but just give it the knockdown and dazed, so we could use that to get up. That means if we wanted to run a traditional build like this, or well, your traditional would be that, but you could run something that looks like this. The other thing I'd do to make this work better would be that Infiltrator basically has a less cooldown. Like, make the cooldown of Infiltrator go down while you're in stealth. So essentially, you could up the cooldown of this to 42 seconds, but then, you know, it's counting down as you're in stealth, so it would only have a 12-second cooldown between the two stealths, if that makes sense. So that's what I do. So then you could go in Infiltrator, sneak about, attack someone, and, you know, 12 seconds later you're going to have a get up again. You know, if you get knocked down, you're going to have this available to go again. And it's just a bit of a trade-off. Yes, it won't be as good as Vapors in terms of getting off the ground, but it gives you an option. Just gives you another option to do that. And also, I would change this ult. I would make, I don't know what I'd put in this ult. As I think I actually made an ult video once. I think I made this like Death from Above, where you jump on their back and it almost acts like a reverse maul, where they can carry you where you want, but you're also doing incredibly large damage to them by like stabbing down on their shoulders. But that might be a little bit animation advanced. So yeah, the current state of DB at the moment, it's interesting because of these bad boys. These bad boys. It's very difficult, I feel, to land kills kind of how we used to. I feel like we're being light armor. We are at such a disadvantage that normally back in the day it was that you kind of appeared out of nowhere. You could wipe someone out pretty quickly and then get the fuck out of there. And now, unfortunately, it takes so long to kill someone for us that by that time they've either turned the fight completely around, slammed us down. Yeah, it's just so much harder than it used to be a DB. Oh, and on one other note, if I was changing something, also Infiltrator stealth is not stealthy enough these days. People see it. It's too visible. It really needs to be changed to be like, yeah, a little bit more stealthy than it is. It's too easy to spot, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys will think. Leave a comment in the comments below if you think it needs to be slightly more stealthy, because yeah, it's too easy to see. The amount of times I spot DBs and just run over and ult them straight away is insane. But yeah, well, I'm sorry, it's been sort of just like a chatting about DB video. It hasn't really been anything major. I haven't showed much, to be honest. I guess just venting some frustrations and stuff. I know we had a buff not so long ago, but yeah, I think that buff's fine. I think apps there's not a problem with it. I think the issue is that Maul's making everyone look bad. You know, I reckon if I spoke to like a Spear or you know, a Glaive at the moment, even Pike, and actually, to be fair, everything potentially. If I spoke to any of these people who play these full on will say that, you know, let's just take it in a world where you remove Maul from the game, take Maul out, and then suddenly everything becomes viable. So the main issue is that this is doing too much and making everyone else look bad. So yeah, just my 2 cents. I've been getting kind of frustrated with it at the moment, because it's just, I don't know what they need to do to Maul to just, it's becoming stupid. But yeah, sorry about the rambling, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm sure I'll have another video out today. So I'll see you in that. Thanks, guys.